Hey, did you hear it? I hear it now. Okay, maybe. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. All right. I'm glad to see everybody's having a lot of fun this morning. It's always good when we have a chance to come together face to face. Are you all hearing reverb? I guess it's just our acoustics in here. Good morning. So we are gathered here. Trying to figure out where I can stand, where I don't. Are you all hearing a real strong feedback? Is there a mic close to me? I'm close to that mic. Okay. Is this better? Yes. All right. Good morning, everybody. You all look so pretty and handsome. Yeah. So this is it's becoming one of our favorite times of the month when we have a chance to come together and learn some insights about each other, learn some new things, find out about some amazing work going on at the college. Our 3 C's award: collaboration, connection, and caring. You know, each time before the awards, I think on different ways. I was thinking about every time I reflect on last month's award. And when I think about last month's awards, and I don't know about you, but hearing about Miss Geneva just stuck with me. It kept coming back to me. And I was thinking about how we ideally want an environment where every student feels that type of love. And I was thinking about situations in my life where I was extended that type of love outside of my family when it really mattered. And I thought about, stay away from that mic. I thought about back in a previous time in my life, I worked in corporate America. I worked for Bridgestone Americas. And I was asked by our leader to lead a series of implementations across Latin America, 6 different countries. The first country was Venezuela. And I was allowed to take some Spanish classes to prepare me. And if you've ever spoken another language outside of your native language, as an adult, it's a little different than if you start off at 3 or even 2 or 1. And so I'll just tell you a little bit about myself, if things that you probably have heard tidbits. You knew my family was from Kentucky because we had the family farm, and I've talked to you about my grandmother. I grew up in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is a small town outside of Nashville suburb. Well, let's just say there are a lot of Southern accents in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And so one of the things that struck me as my Spanish teacher was teaching me was, I'm learning the context and the rules, but I don't have the cadence. Make sense to you? And all I kept thinking was, I sound like a person with a Southern accent speaking Spanish, a Southern American accent speaking Spanish. And so when I made it to Venezuela, I was very self-conscious about how I spoke. And I had to communicate with people because it was my job. And let's just say I was like that shy mouse. You wouldn't, not my normal personality, but I just didn't want to look stupid. Make sense? Well, the very first day, I met someone named Hector Enriquez. And Hector, he noticed that I was real nervous, and he was like, Monica, your Spanish is good. It's better than my English. We'll work together. We'll be friends. And I'm like, okay. He said, it's a good, I can practice my English with you. You practice your Spanish with me. And he allowed me to allow my self-consciousness to dissipate a little bit. And he immediately welcomed me in. And so as we started working together on the project, we realized that there were some barriers that Spanish nor English would accommodate for. Like, there are technical terms that we use in IT that had no Spanish equivalents. So we were really struggling, like, what do we do about this type of server, or blah, blah, blah. But the good thing is, because of the collaboration, connection, and caring that was extended towards me, we had a group of people. We had over 400 people in the plant, and I had 8 to 10 people on my team from the Americas. And it was just amazing how much fun we had. I realized quickly the differences in the cultures of our American work culture. I had been fed a lot of inaccuracies, I'll put it that way, about what to expect with the team. One of the first things that I learned was they didn't stop they didn't stop collaborating with their work friends at 5 o'clock. Around 4 o'clock, they said, Monica, you going with us tonight? And I'm like, where? And they were like, we're going to the park. And I'm like, what park? That's when I learned they had a park built right next to the building. They had basketball, they had soccer, they had baseball, they had grills. Everybody came with their family. They bought food. We grilled together. We laughed together. And instead of the adults watching the kids play, you know, when we have our kids playing organized sports, we sit on the benches and the sidelines and we watch our kids play whatever. No, it was the adults out there too. And I'm like, wow, this is different. I like it. It's fun. I get to know these people in a context that I don't get to know them at work normally, but I also get to know their family. I met Hector's wife. I met his 2 beautiful daughters. And over the course of the period, because I ended up going back several times, spending a week or 2 weeks at a time, we developed a relationship. We're still friends on now Facebook. That was 2004. Facebook, LinkedIn, all the things over time. Watching his daughters grow up, graduate from high school now, all because he decided to extend a courtesy and kindness to me. And just as a side note, we ended up having so much fun. I remember that first week at one of the parties, they taught me how to merengue. And so we had a real good time. So Hector made me a mixtape that tells you how far back it was, right? A merengue mixtape on a CD. And I still have that. And so when you think about all that we were able to do, we ended up winning one of the first global awards for excellence because we were the first, that was the first global Bridgestone project that was successful. They had tried, but because of some of the communication missteps, they were never able to get a project off. We ended up completing before the time, you know, in project management world, you have the iron triangle, on time, on budget, and meeting the expectations, the quality expectations. We exceeded all. We came in 2 months early, under budget, and the quality was over the top, exceeded the sponsors' expectations. So what was funny was everybody, once they saw the awards, they wanted to know how we did what we did. And I always said, it's not about the technology. Yes, we put the technology in and we implemented the systems. It was about the people. And it was just reinforcing what I've learned throughout my life, that life is all about relationships. It's all about relationships. You can have the best expertise, you can have the just wonderful experience, but if you're a jerk to work with, people are going to learn, you know what, how can I circumvent Dr. Humphrey because I really don't want to have to deal with her today. These 3 C's matter. It's how you make people feel. It's how you make people feel like they belong. I shared that story because it was a reminder. There are different times in my life where I felt marginalized, like maybe I wasn't good enough, maybe they won't accept me, maybe I won't fit in. And some of you may have felt marginalized in your life at different times. It's almost a human experience. And if you've never felt marginalized, you're actually in the privileged category. I hope you never have to. But if you do, my hope for you is that you have someone that extends that hand, that grace, that caring, that concern to help pull you into the fold. I was talking to my best friend this morning and, you know, we laugh about some of the stereotypes with zodiac signs. She's a Libra. And I was telling her, I saw this meme and they said, you know, all Libras flirt. And I said, why do you think that is? And then the guy that did the meme, he said, Libras flirt because they want everybody to feel good. And so we were laughing about that. And she was like, actually, there's some truth to that. I don't ever want anybody to feel like they're not a part of the circle. So she said, I'm always looking to see who's in the group that's not talking. And I'll find a way to include them in because I hate that feeling that someone doesn't belong. And so when I think about our 3 C's and the people that we've already recognized, we've got a lot of people at the college that are doing amazing work. and even more that haven't been recognized. So today you'll hear some of the stories, but I also want you to think about who in your group is doing this type of work that hasn't had a chance to be recognized yet. And keep the nominations coming in. We want to be able to recognize all the great people doing this work. And also, it's a time for reflection. I always say we're a learning institution. As we, in the words of Maya Angelou, you know better, you know more, you do better. And so it's a chance as we learn about different people that have different strengths, how can we apply some of those to our daily practice? So we're going to start by recognizing our award winners this month. And I'll start with Dr. Galen Scott. You have your, okay. We've got. I wasn't sure.
Good morning, all. Can you hear me? I'm so pleased to be here and to hear that story and to be reminded of all the connections we've all made through the years across this room and by extension across all our campuses. I think we have long lived the notion of collaboration and connection and caring, and now we're just recognizing it in a more formal way. So it's my pleasure to be able to bring folks up here to talk about the person that they nominated. And I'm going to ask first for Allison Mankin to come up. Is Allison here? I'm sorry. Yes, we will have Dr. Estrella Barrera come up and read what she wrote about her nominee, Joanne Larkins Foster.
All right. So this is from Allison Mankin, and she wrote, Joanne is always willing to jump in when help is needed without any hesitation. I have not been with ACC very long, and she has made me feel so welcome and there if I ever need anything. Joanne also jumps in to help in other areas of health sciences when help is needed. She also cares for students and what their needs are and will guide them in the right direction. She's also served on multiple committees within ACC. Joanne is truly a role model to look up to. And I have to add, I was telling Grant that I sent him an email this morning that really Allison beat me to the punch on this one because Joanne and I work very closely together in health sciences. And I echo all the words that Allison has said, but Joanne truly is a collaborator. I mean, her and I collaborate. She collaborates with our team in health sciences, and even outside of her own role, if there's a need that somebody has within our division, she's going to be there to step in and help out. So it's truly an honor to work with you, Joanne, and it's very well deserved. Thank you for everything you do for us. Appreciate you. She wants me to take a picture. Let me open it for you.
Well, I'd like to say I'm speechless. I'm truly honored. I'm trying to keep from crying because it's a wonderful feeling to know that your colleagues value you and appreciate what you try to do consistently every day to make everyone feel a part of the college, a part of the group, or just that they matter. So I always look at it from my view, how I would want to feel in a situation or around others. So I try my best to make sure all of us are included. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to invite Dr. Melissa Beeger up here. Melissa nominated Yvette Flores, and she's going to tell you all the great things that led to that nomination.
Okay, I'm gonna look and see what I actually wrote because I don't even remember now. There, thank you. So Yvette is my administrative assistant for our entire department, which is high school programs, academic success. She provides invaluable support not only to our staff, but also our students, their families, and our community partners. And she always does so with a positive attitude and a commitment to excellence. Her people skills are among the best of anyone in our division, reflecting the highest level of servant leadership in what is often an overlooked position. For example, her 3 C's shone most brightly last year when our department was tasked with responsibility for hosting the first post-pandemic chancellor's reception, honoring the hundreds of high school seniors graduating with ACC degrees or credentials and the guests. And just to put this into perspective, if you're not familiar with the chancellor's reception, it is now the second largest event this college hosts next to commencement. And my department is responsible for running it, including paying for every single thing of it out of our budget. So if you just imagine if tomorrow you were told you're responsible for commencement, every single piece of commencement, including outfitting all the students, everything, all the vendors, that's what we do. And last year, particularly coming out of the pandemic, every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong leading up to it, including we had a 3-year contract with a venue that we had to postpone because we had to go virtual during the pandemic for 2 years. We didn't get a chance to look at the venue, an updated look at it till after spring break last year. And when we did, we realized because of damage from the prior February storms, it was not up to snuff. And as we all toured it and we were all thinking the same thing of like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Misan pulled me aside and said, we've got to get a different venue. This was after spring break and we had 6 weeks to go before we're hosting an event for over 1,500 people. I think I had my first stroke that moment, but I turned to Yvette and I said, Yvette, we've got to find a new place. She's like, I'm on it. And we got a new venue. We handled everything. She handles everything so well. I mean, literally, I think I speak for our entire department. We could not survive without her. She's amazing. Back to my planned comments. So that just gives you a snapshot of that. Yes, that was it. Yvette handled every single crisis, with calm, steady hand and a great attitude. In the end, the 2022 Chancellor's Reception proved to be the largest and most well-received event in the 5-year history of the celebration. The students, their families, our partners, and our ACC faculty staff who attended felt valued and appreciated at the end of a tough journey. The success of the event, and in general, the success of our department, can be largely attributed to the 3 C's that Yvette brings to work every single day. She is truly my shining star.
Good morning, everyone. A little nervous. I just want to say thank you to Dr. B, who has been the most amazing, wonderful boss I have ever had in my career as an admin, and I've worked many places. I want to say thank you to high school programs and all of our team because they've all been very good to me. I'm happy to serve, and I love what the college represents. I love what the college is about. I am an ACC alumni who took me a long time to get my associates. But in December of 2017, right when I started with ACC here in high school programs, not only did I gain an awesome boss and in an awesome department, but I also got my associate's degree. I was determined after so many years of trying So I just love what the college represents altogether. Thank you.
Our third award winner is Ava Ruiz, and she was nominated by Misan Zuniga. So Misan's going to come up.
Good morning, everyone. I am so proud. Both Yvette and Eva are a part of college and high school relations. And for those of you that are unfamiliar, although I can't imagine many, we are the ones who navigate our many secondary partners and our youngest students. And so it is an honor for me to acknowledge all the great work that Eva has done. So if you did not know, Eva and I started at ACC here on this campus many, many years ago. And so we both walked in today and went, oh my gosh, what a transformation. But I can't share with you how often some of our hardest workers are overlooked in all that they do to keep us together, to continue our collaboration, not only within the college, but in the secondary space. We're like managing, changing districts, changing counselors, additional high schools. And so the continual collaboration, the continual caring, I can't agree more, Dr. Humphrey, that it's about relationships. And so we live in the relationships with our secondary partners, our families, our youngest students. And so without her concrete ability to say, yes, we will take that on. Yes, we will take that on, and we will be great at it. I often say that the college and high school relations team is what team? The A team, because we just care that much, and we are regularly ensuring that we get through new processes, that we get through new changes in registration, and we ensure that all of these young students who are coming into higher ed for the first time, that they experience a great higher education experience and know that we're here for them. And so it is an honor for me to recognize Eva Ruiz for the 3 C's. And I'm so thrilled to be able to have so many of the team members, because she honestly keeps us together. She honestly will say in any given day, what can I do to help? And she's there to help, and she will put that aside. And so it is the people in the division and the department that make us come to work every day and say, yes, we can do it. And yes, we will do it. So it is my honor to be able to nominate Eva, and she most definitely deserves this award and many more.
Thank you all very much, Ms. Shastra. So my journey at ACC started 22 years ago. It took me 17 years to get my 2-year associate's degree. And 2 years after that, I got my bachelor's degree at Texas State. So my claim to fame to my bachelor's degree is on the same day I walked with my daughter and my son. So yeah, it was not planned, totally unexpected, but I could not have done any of that without Misan and of course, everybody on our team. I totally grateful for everything and everyone who I work for and what I've done for y'all. So appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all. And now it's my pleasure to turn the mic over to Dr. Shasta Buchanan.
So I have the great privilege and honor to be able to bring to the stage Jamie Hand. She was nominated by Dr. Janelle Green. And Janelle, would you please come up and share a few words about Jamie Hand?
So this nomination is not just on behalf of me, but the entire Make It Center team. Willie's here, Curtis is here, and the team is virtual. And we just wanted to say thank you and let everybody know how phenomenal Jamie is. All of this care, connect, collaborate from day one, and she is wrangling a lot. It's a very unique project, and she's really coordinated the stakeholders, the architects, contractors, subcontractors, us. And I will say Jamie has been great about encouraging our vision and optimism and also being real with us. And saying these are the challenges, this is what we can do, let's explore it, but also sometimes how about this other way? And so it's been great. And she's also taken time to educate me. My whole vocabulary of construction and project management and IT and AV equipment has grown like exponentially, and she's patient with it. And so I think there's just so many factors, and we've just really enjoyed working with Jamie. She puts excellence in everything. She's timely with communication and just cares about the integrity of the project we're delivering as well. So yeah, thank you so much, Jamie.
There we go. Thank you guys. I'm just blown away. This was fantastic to get this award. These projects are really a collaboration across all departments. I mean, you have an amazing team for the Make It Center that is just innovative and pushing the envelope and like, hey, no, really, try this. Can we do this? And we're like, okay, let's think about this. Yes, it can. We can make this happen. So, or would you rather do this? Because you don't get both. So some of that expectation. But they have just been so dedicated to the space, and it's a completely new space that hasn't been done, from just small ideas of what can you provide the community and our students and future students. And I'm so excited to see it in full force and full action. But projects like this, it spans all departments. You know, we've got IT and TLET and operations and buildings and maintenance. You know, it's a whole collaboration that, and then they're working with departments as far as what's going to go in the space and faculty. And I mean, it's a lot of work goes into something like this, and it has just been the most exciting project, and it has been great to work on that. So thank you.
Shameless plug. If you haven't gone to see the Make It Center, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. And if you've never been in a 30-minute huddle with Jamie, you know you've done something wrong. So I'm always looking at my calendar and I'm like, uh-oh. I'm so honored to invite Michael Dean to the stage to say a few words about Ariel Flores. I had the great privilege to spend some time with the entire SIS core team. It was such an amazing time to have lunch and just kind of fellowship. So I'm certainly excited to see Ariel's name here as a nominee. Michael.
Thanks, Dr. Buchanan. To give you all some history of our SIS core team, we actually had the team set up about a year ago, and we did the nominations and the call out in student affairs. And one of the first people to complete an application and actually reach out to me to say, what is this process analyst and trainer positions in student affairs, was Ariel. And when basically had her interview, it had ended up just being a conversation. And at the time, Ariel was an academic advisor, and just hearing her talk, and right off the bat, she implemented the 3 C's with our students, and just seeing that she cared. And we really wanted to be a part of this team because of what we're going to do at ACC and do a new student information system. So she agreed to come on. It was a little while before the team got approved. We just started in this January. And so, but she was emailing me, contacting me, hey, you know, still want to be a part of the team. I'm like, yes, yes. So it's great that you're able to be a part of the team. And, you know, since you've become a process analyst and trainer, you have picked up on things so quickly as far as the, you know, the terminology, the different software, the tools that we use within our group. And then now that you're working with departmental leadership, and so your collaboration and your connection and caring with them has just been great. You know, hearing that you're meeting with the stakeholders and mapping out processes, and hearing from the leadership that it's so great to work with you, and that you're so knowledgeable, and that you care about ACC and our students is great. And so I'm so proud for you to be a part of our team, and so proud of you for this award.
I'm trying not to cry. Hi everyone. It has been quite a journey to where I am now. I started at ACC about eight or so years ago. I started as a student services assistant. So if you were to tell me way back then that I was going to end up as a process analyst, I would have said no. I am incredibly humbled. From the get-go, when I started ACC, I've always been surrounded by support, surrounded by people constantly pushing me to continue moving forward, to continue on to that next step. And it's because of the support I have received from everyone within student affairs, my team at Riverside. I will always proudly say that I came from Riverside, that I came from advising, that I am here now, and I am just so very happy and honored to now be a part of student affairs operations, part of SA Ops, and to be a part of the SIS core team. You are all wonderful. I learn from each of you every day. And thank you.
So Ariel, as you were talking, I hope you heard Mother Nature's applause. Last but certainly not least, a nominee I'd like to bring to the stage is Kathy James. If you've never had an opportunity to work with Kathy, just her leadership, the way she loves everyone, that you see your potential here, and she wants to get you through the roof and what you do. So I'd like to bring Susan Nguyen to the stage.
Well, good morning, everyone. I think I misread an email when it asked me to help with the help co-present. I mistook that as maybe a picture and didn't realize that I was actually going to get up here and have to say something. So having said all that, Kathy is my boss, which would also kind of allude that I might be doing this for ulterior reasons. But I've worked for Kathy for the last 6.5 years, and it's been an honor and a privilege. And I think she knows me well enough by now that I'm not really into that kind of business. I really truly, the 3 C's, I see that in her every single day. And in 2022, last year, we had a big change in our department. I've been her admin assistant and started out just the 2 of us. And when I first came on board, and she was the new director of advising. And since then, our department and our duties have grown. And in 2022, she became executive dean. And at that point, her umbrella like doubled, and the new staff coming in. And so it really took my job to another level. And I didn't realize that I could be as busy as I am now, but I am. But it's good. It's good. And we took on Brass and Austin and high school career scholars and career scholars programs, and working with those individuals and really moving the envelope forward on reaching out to these students that are our minority students and those that just need the extra scholarships and funding and help. And just her desire to really see them be successful. Not only, we've always done advising and working with all our advisors and campuses, over the years, but to see just us even work a little bit more deeper and dig deeper into these programs. And so with that, I felt like, yeah, she deserves some accolades, because I don't feel like she gets enough, because of the fact that I do see her lead by example. And that was really my motivation to nominate her for this. Is I appreciate her. I appreciate the work she does and the way she works with all of her staff, and leads by example. And so therefore, that was the reason I nominated Kathy for this award. So thank you.
Anybody that knows me knows this is 100% not my thing. This is not what I like to do. Susan is really my boss. She's just being honestly, I saw my name on the list. I thought I just need to show up. I didn't dawn on me. My name's on the list because I'm actually gonna get recognized. And I was like, who did that? She didn't even tell me. It was like today, I was like, oh, she came to support me. And she's like, yeah, I did it. I was like, you did this. Okay, well, thank you, Susan. But no, and I appreciate the words she said. And then I look out and I'm like, wow, I know well over half the people here. So I guess I am collaborating. And I have a lot of unsanctioned meetings, so I guess I care and there's some communication. But I too, Misan and Eva was standing up here, and then it dawned on me, we all were here together. Eva was my first admin, actually. Misan literally stole her. It was real theft involved. And then I just look around and I'm like, wow, I love my job. I really do. I love ACC. Annex building with all of its issues was where we grew up. And thank God we got to leave that rat infested disease place, but we loved it while we were there. We didn't know any different, but I appreciate everybody I work with. And I will never stand up and talk about a program, be recognized or anything without talking about my team, without talking about everybody that we work with, because it takes a village, it takes all of us, and it takes the 3 C's for us to do our jobs. And I want to thank my boss, Dr. Reinhardt, because she's seen how crazy I can be, and she hasn't fired me and doesn't want to let me quit either. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate my team, and I really appreciate that you all have worked so well with me and all the things that I've had to do. And Susan, don't do that again. But she can get in my head and she understands. So thank you, thank you, thank you. She hasn't left me either. So thank you all. And congratulations to everybody that's gotten this award.
one more picture with all of the award winners. So if you can bring your award up. And all the people who nominated them, we're going to take one picture with the award winners and then one picture with the award winners and their nominees. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's aesthetically, I want you on the end. Can you come here towards the middle? Come here, I'm gonna get you in the middle. And perfect. Kathy, if you can scoot down just a little bit, and if you can scoot down just a little bit, Ariel, and then I'm gonna get in here between you. All right, on the count of 3. All right, now if we can get all the people who gave the nominations to come up and stand, let's take a step forward. And if the person who nominated you can stand to your side where they can be seen with the camera, or behind you. Yeah, you can be seen, okay. We have all around, okay, perfect. All right, and squeeze in like we like each other, all right. We have everybody, all 6? All right, 1. And one more instruction, for the people I neglected to give your bags have your names on them. Okay. Well, just a round of applause for all of our award winners today. I think you can agree with me that this is just a wonderful way to carry on the momentum for your week. You can go back to your day job and reflect on all the good things you heard today, and make sure for the nominees that you haven't had a chance to talk to, share your well wishes with them and let them know how much they've affected your lives, because rarely is it just the person nominating them that has these sentiments. So we get so busy that sometimes we forget to celebrate. We forget to take time to pause to think about all the great things. But ACC is an amazing place, and we've got some amazing people. So let's take the time to enjoy each other, appreciate each other, and share how we feel about each other. And if you didn't grab some food, there's juice and fruit and croissants back there. So make the most of this time before you have to jump back into the grind. I thank you all for coming out. Was there one announcement? Stand here so I can get a picture with you and the whole audience. Oh, okay. All right. No, we can do that. Okay. Sure. You're going to stand back here? Okay. Y'all smile for me. Can we do that? All right. Let's act like we love each other. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, Dr. Buchanan. All right. So with that, we are officially adjourned. Have fun, have fellowship, all of that. Have a great day.